With its new fourth installment coming out this Friday, let's prepare and talk about the one that started it all. Here's my review of John Wick. Big Days, Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2014 action thriller flick John Wick, released by Summit Entertainment, directed by Chad Stahelski, and written by Derek Kolstad, starring Keanu Reeves in the title role, along with Michael Nyqvist, Alfie Allen, Adrianne Palicki, Bridget Moynihan, Dean Winters, Ian McShane, John Leguizamo, and Willem Dafoe. Plus, I mustn't forget the late Lance Reddick, whom we sadly lost this Friday, but I'll be dedicating my spoiler-free review of Chapter 4 in memory of him, okay? Good. Anyway, the film focuses on a legendary hitman who is forced out of retirement to seek revenge against the men who killed his puppy, a final gift from his recently deceased wife. Well, I will say this was a big surprise and what have you. And well, it is now considered one of the greatest action films ever made, and it became an unexpected success, doing pretty well than what we had hoped for, because I never knew of this film until after it got to be a big one. So let's get into the story. John Wick is grieving the death of his wife Helen from an illness. To help him cope, she arranged for him to receive a beagle puppy as a gift. A few days later, Wick is accosted at a gas station outside of New York City by a group of Russian gangsters led by Yosef, who failed to intimidate Wick into selling them his 1969 Boss 429 Mustang. That night, the men break into Wick's home, beat him up, and kill the puppy before stealing the car. Yosef takes the Mustang to a chop shop to remove its identifying details, but the shop owner, Aurelio, recognizes the car and refuses service. Wick learns from Aurelio that Yosef is the son of Vigo'S, the boss of the city's Russian mafia. Learning of his son's actions, Vigo beats Yosef and chastises him for incurring Wick's wrath. Vigo reveals that Wick was formerly a hitman in his employ, renowned, and feared in the criminal underworld as the Baba Yaga, a ruthless and relentless man of focused commitment and sheer will. After Wick fell in love with Helen, a civilian, Vigo gave him a seemingly impossible task to earn his freedom. Wick recovers his concealed stash from his former career, including weapons and gold coins used as underworld currency for special services. He refuses Vigo's attempts to make amends for his son's actions and kills the hitman squad that was sent to his home. As a result, Vigo puts a $2 million bounty on Wick's head, and his former mentor, Marcus, is enlisted to take him out. Wick lodges in the city at the Continental, a luxurious hotel that serves as neutral underground for the underworld, and where conducting criminal business is strictly forbidden. The hotel's owner and Wick's old friend Winston warns him about the dangers of returning to the life he left behind. Despite this, Winston secretly informs Wick that Yosef is at the Red Circle nightclub. Wick infiltrates the club and confronts Yosef, but he is attacked by Kirill, Vigo's henchman, and forced to retreat to the Continental for medical attention. As Wick rests, he is targeted by a hit woman named Miss Perkins, who sneaks into his room. Marcus sees Perkins from an adjacent building and fires a warning shot to alert Wick. He wakes up and seduces Perkins, who reveals that Vigo doubled the bounty for her to kill him in the hotel. She also discloses that Vigo has a high-value stash concealed in a church. Wick has another hitman, Harry, secure Perkins, but she escapes and kills him. At the church, Wick destroys Vigo's cache of cash and extensive blackmail material. When Vigo arrives to assess the damage, Wick assaults him and his men, but is captured after being hit by Kirill's car. Wick tells Vigo that he will not stop until Joseph is dead because the puppy gave him hope and a chance to not be alone in his grief for Helen. Marcus intervenes again to save Wick, allowing him to kill Kirill and threaten Vigo into revealing his son's location. Wick assaults the safe house and kills Joseph. Okay, now I'm going to the ending. As always, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Go to the description box below. Fast forward to the time below. If you've seen the movie already, please continue. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Afterward, Marcus encourages Wick to return to the normal life he has built. But their meeting is witnessed by Perkins, who reveals Marcus's duplicity to Vigo. He has Marcus tortured and killed before calling Wick to taunt him with the details, drawing him back to the city. Perkins is executed at Winston's behest for breaking the Continental's rules, and Winston informs Wick that Vigo is preparing to leave the city by helicopter. Wick races to the New York harbor where he fights and mortally wounds Vigo. Resigned to dying from his own injuries, Wick watches a video on his phone of Helen telling him they need to go home. He breaks into a nearby animal clinic, treats his wounds, and adopts a pit bull puppy scheduled to be euthanized, before beginning to walk home. End of story. So what did I think of John Wick? Well, I've got to say, it's really awesome. It's a great film and really action-packed. I never thought this would be so big because I never knew about this until months later after it was a surprise hit at the box office. And it's now become one of the biggest, kind of series that Summit has put out since they are under license by Lionsgate. Anyway, this has become probably one of their biggest franchises yet. Well, aside from the Twilight Saga, but that's a different franchise. This is a real good action-packed franchise, and it gets even bigger and better with sequels. It would get its sequel 3 years later. Now, this film was released in October of 2014 and did pretty well. It went on to make $86 million worldwide against its $20 to $30 million budget. So I was really impressed. So it was a modest success and got positive reviews for its style and action sequences. And it was hailed as a comeback for Keanu Reeves, the John Wick character playing to his strengths as an actor. I mean, the Matrix films that were probably the last few good films he actually did. He's made I don't know. But anyway, I really liked Reeves' performance as John Wick. He was absolutely incredible as a title character. Now, Michael Nyqvist plays Vigo. I thought he was a pretty good villain. And Alfie played Joseph, who was really good. Adrianne Palicki plays Miss Perkins, who that was a pretty good character. Bridget Moynahan played Helen. Dean Winters plays Vigo's attorney, Avi. The late great Lance Reddick plays Sharon, sorry if I mispronounced it, if I said it wrong, the manager of the hotel, or should I say the Continental's concierge. Ian McShane, who I know best from HBO's Deadwood and a few other movies, played Winston, the owner of the Continental. John Leguizamo played Aurelio. He was pretty good. And Willem Dafoe played Marcus. So, they were all pretty good and what have you. So, anyway, the cast was really, really good. Now, upon its release, it's gotten lots of good reviews. It currently is at 86% on Rotten Tomatoes at Certified Fresh. Actually, all films, including the upcoming new ones, Certified Fresh so far. Now, according to the Tomatoes, they say it's stylish, thrilling, and giddily kinetic. The film serves as a satisfying return to action for Keanu Reeves and what looks like it could be the first of a franchise. And right they were. Anyway, I must say that this was definitely a big comeback. But overall, it still became a big, a bit of a modest success and became start of a big franchise. Also, not only that did it get some sequels, it also had some video games and even comic books. A comic book series that ran from 2017, which was the year we got John Wick Chapter 2, and 2019, the year we got Chapter 3, Parabellum. Now, there's also an upcoming spin off film called Ballerina and a television series called The Continental. So, what can I say? John Wick has been influential on action films. It is seen as having revitalized the genre, popularizing long single takes with choreographed and detailed action. Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself. It has great action, what have you. So I've got to say John Wick is action packed. It has a pretty good score too, done by Tyler Bates along with Joel J. Richard. So that was really good. The direction was good. But it was the action and the performances from Keanu Reeves and the cast that made this film really enjoyable. So with everything said, would I recommend John Wick? The answer is hell yeah. Definitely look into this film. You won't be disappointed. If you really want to see a big film, big kind of action film with Keanu Reeves, then John Wick's right up your alley. Also look into the sequels. I'll be getting to those in the next few videos, and then I'll be doing Chapter 4 once it gets released in theaters. So, what did you think of John Wick? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a review of John Wick Chapter 2. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out my reviews of these previous films of Keanu Reeves. And the upper left-hand corner is a review of Bill and Ted Face the Music, which that was a pretty big film. The upper right-hand corner is my review of, well, one of his recent films, which was The Matrix Resurrections. Both these films are spoiler-free. Reviews are spoiler-free. Or if you want something a more recent action flick, but with a holiday feel to it, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my spoiler-free review of Violent Night from last year in 2022, which John Leguizamo is actually in that film. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.